Hi there. Today I want to discuss a 10-minute hack for internal shifts. These are holistic and core psychotherapy questions for those who want to align to new outcomes and need quick solutions, or for those who are perhaps facing a current challenge and are ready to engage in the deeper alignment work to overcome and recode their subconscious conditioning. These questions were designed to help shake the brain loose of cognitive dissonance or any kind of confusion, and was compiled from a PANACEA system and done for you workbook in a 7-step PANACEA acronym. So if you're ready to get old school with me, grab a notepad and a pen and let's get started. First, state the presenting problem, raw and unedited, ensuring that it is completely unfiltered. And if you need any help decoding any of the trapped emotions or even the problem, you can ask yourself questions whether or not the problem is related to generational pattern or even a childhood program. We can sometimes develop a parent-child pattern from perceived voids, which appear as unmet needs in our childhood that may create ongoing patterns and subconscious programs. So for instance, for those who may have experienced a fear of abandonment, likely suffered abandonment patterns in their youth and may even value quality time as their love language. The second step is adaptive coping response, accepting instead of resisting the problem. So these questions are very important to ensure that we're not continuing to escape the problem and repeating it. However, this will help us to gain forward momentum. So what are some of the emotions you are experiencing in relation to the presenting problem now? An important question we can ask ourselves is, what meaning have you assigned to the presenting problem? Because feelings of shame or even guilt will reinforce the problem and cause us to stagnate or feel stuck, and therefore we will continue to recycle the same problem or pattern. And we've all been a part of societal conditioning, egoic and fear programs that we're learning to outgrow and overcome. So can you identify any judgments that you've perceived from others that you've actually held toward yourself related to the challenge? So where is the resistance you're giving power to? Is it the focus? Is the focus on the solution or on the problem, i.e. the fear and the limiting belief? And what is the experience teaching you to accept instead of resist, no longer giving power to what we're resisting? And we often have poor coping behavior and turn to false comforts by attempting to escape the problem or anesthetize the pain. This step will help us avoid repeating the problem and recycling these sabotage patterns. And when we can accept and come to terms with the problem just as a current reality for now, no longer resisting it from fear, it can help us allow ourselves to be a work in progress and course correct with new ways to advance and new solutions. The third step is neutralize emotions with perceptual reframing. So make a list of what you value or even what you want that you would also desire. And ask if this life is teaching you how to create what you want rather than suffer from any lack or even envy, because we're meant to align to our moral ideals and our values. So if you're feeling any shame for not being who you want to be right now, or afraid of failure, allowing fear to protect you from succeeding, then it's helpful to create a counter scenario by flipping the script. And it can be an effective psychology trick anyhow. So would you still feel ashamed if the scenario was reversed? And look at what version you would prefer. All right, the next question is, if this challenge is related to a particular individual that you would like to heal from any in ongoing entanglements or any conflict, you can ask how this person or even this event is teaching you how to improve your life or how to be better, even if it's better to yourself, such as gaining higher self-respect. And a popular reframe is, how did this event happen for you and not to you? Because challenges are always teaching us how to be open to receiving more. Maybe someone has been suffering fear of losing their health. Maybe it's teaching them how to love and appreciate their health. So what is a new belief you can replace with the old limiting belief? And the fourth step is accountability yields empowerment. So when we can exercise a little bit more accountability, we're really accessing a lot more of that frontal lobe and higher emotional intelligence. And we can't control the genetic cards we've been dealt, but we can learn how to play a winning hand. So how can you be the change you wish to see? The popular quote by Gandhi. This helps us put the power back in our hands and take the personal accountability by whether or not we need to break a behavioral or thought pattern or even codependency. So ask, if you had a second chance or even another opportunity, what would you have done differently? What would you do differently? This helps us cement in our mind what we're meant to learn from the challenge, and will activate more of the solution-focused approach and overcome that negativity bias and just improve the mindset overall. So now what is a new step that you can take to actionize to create what you do want? The next step is C, compassion and understanding heals relationships. So again, if you're working with an individual, be sure to apply this to them. This also helps us work with any primary relationships as well. In what way do you want to be acknowledged by others that you can begin to acknowledge yourself? Remember, it's much more important if we apply these questions, because these may seem like very simple questions, but they are proven psychotherapy. We don't realize what's going to come together when we finally put thought into it and the application, writing it down. There's always new solutions and insights that are always available. So what do you want that you feel in your heart you are more deserving of? And have compassion for yourself. Life can be difficult at times, and we're all in the same global classroom going through it together, learning together. All right, a couple of questions that will pertain to our parents in the PANACEA system. Which parent or caregiver, if you were adopted, did you desire more love or affection from, and how did you feel that it was lacking in a way that you desired it? And take a moment to love yourself the way you did desire it from a parent or from others. This way we are not feeling like there's a void that we need others to fill, but we're actually learning how to meet our own needs and have that self-love, which is very important. And what generational pattern has continued to be passed down or run in the family because it has not been fully healed or even addressed? And is this a generational pattern, the same as what you're working on, this presenting problem? All right, the next step is E, evaluate growth and gain gratitude. So examine your growth and identify what you have gained from this challenge. How has this challenge been a catalyst for your growth and potential? We know that there is no pain that's ever suffered. There's always a reason for all things, even when sometimes it doesn't appear that way. So if perhaps it's, for example, if it's shaping you into your values, into the person that you are meant to be, that will help you to fulfill the specific goal that maybe you're looking to reach. And what attachment or expectation have you held about reaching your goal? Such as, I can't have what I want because I have lack of money or resources, right? The universal example. And what would you have to give up to make room for what you really do desire? And if you have time, list new opportunities that you're open to that can help you overcome this challenge. The final step, A, is alchemical transformation to align to your authentic purpose and potential. We do become an expert in the challenges that we overcome. So how can you share with others what you've also learned, maybe with those who share a similar challenge? List 1 to 3 areas of your life you would like to experience success. I borrowed this from Well Done Long with the Power of Consistency because I thought it was brilliant. So in order for you to fully align to the vision of your success, it's important that it passes a 4-point test. 1, does your vision make you feel alive and excited? 2, does your vision align with your core values? 3, does your vision require you to grow? And 4, does your vision serve everyone for the good? How can this alignment work advance your calling or profession to unlock your potential to thrive? So how can this challenge enable you to be of more value to others? And what new opportunities are you now unapologetically ready for? This helps us to remove another layer of limitation, stretching our imagination a little more. So what is a win in your life now that you can't live without and feel appreciation for? This helps us to align to the same vibrational equivalent and energetic match. So please share what you gained from this experience, and thank you so much for joining me.